Today, drum roll, we're going to be talking about breakups and how to do it properly. Yeah, I know it's somewhat not a palatable thing to talk about, but I feel it's very necessary. It's very, very necessary. Actually, I'm going to break this into two parts. Today, I'm going to talk about breaking up with someone who is a normal person. You know, it's not a toxic relationship. This person is kind, it's nice, but maybe compatibility issues sometimes. Um, Things you notice and you feel you can't tolerate later on in marriage. Because yeah, I'm talking about people that are dating for marriage. Because I don't know sometimes what people are doing these days when it comes to, dating for the now, basically what me I call wasting each other's time because I don't get it. I'm not all it is well. I don't want to beat on that, but basically today we'll be talking about breaking up with someone who is okay in the head. Next week we're going to talk about breaking up with someone who is toxic and either a narcissist, a psychopath, a sociopath, all of that. We're going to talk about breaking up with someone in that spectrum. Spectrum sounds funny, like the person has mental health problem. Actually, some people they are not okay upstairs. Not to sound insulting or anything, but yeah, actually, some people they do like say they are cuckoo upstairs. But today is for normal people, normal day to day people. You're in a relationship and it looks like it's no longer working and things have to end. How do you do it the proper way? How do you do it right without leaving a hole in this person's life or this person's head or making their healing process very difficult? Because most people, if not, yeah, I want to use most people because it's not everybody. Like I said earlier, some people date for the now, you know, I don't know it's then, but they date for the now, just spending time together and doing whatever. But most people, I feel most people enter relationship because they want it to end in marriage. But then in the end, sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, I'm still going to go back to church people because we put God a lot in our things. And I don't want to say it in a way that to make the idea of God in a relationship look bad. No, I'm a very strong believer of putting God in your relationship. But what I mean is in breakups, in entering relationships, sometimes some people use God. It's not God that said go into this relationship. Or let's even say it's God that did say. Sometimes even when God does say, the relationship doesn't work out, not because God is imperfect, not because God doesn't know what he was saying, but because humans will always be humans. In God's picture of things, the Israelites were not meant to spend 40 years before they got to the promised land, but it happened because humans will be humans. And God being God, you will always get to where you ought to be. But sometimes um, the human factor affects the ending of a thing. In this case now being relationship. So it is possible. I just want to say this before we enter into the main thing. Maybe I'll rant about it another day. I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but all I'm saying is it is possible for God to tell you, okay, oh, this guy is good for you, or this girl is okay for you. And the relationship doesn't work out. It's not God's fault. If you check it very well, something went wrong. Something went wrong among in between the two humans involved in that relationship. Either character flaws that were refused to work on or red flags that look like it's not going away. It's not turning to yellow or turning to green anytime soon. And many other reasons that I don't want to say tie God's hand or no, his hands cannot be tied. All I'm saying is sometimes we blame God for the ending of a relationship when the ending has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with the humans involved and what they have done wrong. So, church people, oh God, you people, they bust my brain sometimes. My people, hey, you want to break up with somebody, and the first thing you're leading with is God said, you are not good for me anymore. God said, you're a distraction to my spiritual work. God said, you're a bad person for me. God said, you're going to be a terrible husband. God said, the list goes on. I'm not saying God did not stay. Oh. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying God did not tell you all these things, but this person they are talking to is also a child of God. This person is not God's enemy. This person is not devil's assistant. Let's even say the person is whom God is devil's assistant. You don't have to lead with those things to make the person now feel like they are the worst thing that ever happened to your life. Again, let me repeat that. Next week, we're going to talk about the toxic relationship aspect. This week now is for just we normal people that are okay in the head, and you get my point. Maybe she nags or things that make people break up. If you just look at it and you're like, me and this person cannot work. When you lead with things like God said you are bad for me, God said you're a distraction to my work, God said, as much as it's possible, God said these things, it's not helpful to the person you're breaking up with. And it's going to like lengthen their healing journey. So I don't want to jump ahead of myself because I think what I'm saying now is supposed to be in a point. Uh, ah, story time. Hey, Chineke, story time. I just remembered when I was in uni. I can't remember, maybe I was in 100 level, but one of those lower levels, 100 or 200. And there was this alumni that came to our fellowship and was just gisting us. Some of us, I can't really remember the entirety of the story, but I just remember the story itself. And he was just telling us about how his relationship with this very wonderful sister ended. And they started dating in school. The relationship graduated, and after NYC, they were still dating. So after NYC, he said he decided, I can't remember the entire, but I know he said he was thinking of actually proposing to her because to him, this lady was perfect and she was everything he wanted. So it was a long distance relationship. She was in Kogi State. He was somewhere else that was, I don't know, like 8 hours away because I remember I mentioned the journey was around 8 hours to Kogi State. So she was in Kogi State and he was somewhere else. I can't remember the state. And he was like, oh, I've not seen the love of my life since, I don't know, maybe after school they had been doing long distance, but I don't know. But they had not seen each other in a while. And he decided, oh, I want to go and see her. So he called her, normal boyfriend, girlfriend, and call. I know people don't like to use boyfriend, girlfriend in the church, but it is what it is. This one is rants for another day, really. Like to say fiancé right from the start. Okay, like I said, just for another day. So he called his girlfriend and was like, oh, I want to come to Kogi to see you and I've missed you and all of that. We need to meet up. So she was like, oh, that would be very nice. My boyfriend, my baby, you can come. That would be really great. And he had planned everything. He had money. He had saved up for the journey, lodging and the ring and, other things. And he told her about all these plans, and she was like, "Oh, he didn't tell her about the proposing part. I presume, I assume. Isha told her I'm coming and all of that. She was like, "Oh, okay, no problem. Come, no wala, my baby." And he packed his bags. Oh Jesus! He packed his bags and went to Kogi State to see the love of his life. On getting to Kogi State, he lodged somewhere. She, I think, still lived with her parents. So she came, they decided to meet up at the restaurant. So she came to meet him at the restaurant and, oh, my baby, good to see you. How have you been? And all of that, long distance relationship hugs and talk and just and all of that. And just excuse me, just when he was about to get to it, I'm like, oh, I've been thinking about this for a while. I want to make you my wifey. Baby, I want to make you my wifey. Auntie comes and says, brother, there's something I need to tell you. She started talking and was like, I'm so sorry, but this relationship can no longer go on. It can't work. We need to break up. The Lord said, you're not good for me. The Lord said, blah 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 blah. The Lord said, like she said, the Lord said, and my brother got up. He stood up. He said he stood up, and he can't basically remember when he started walking, but he walked. He crossed the road, almost got hit by a vehicle. He just started trekking and was going. I was like, wait. So I came all the way to Kogi State to come and chop breakfast, divinely served breakfast, expressly. Oh my God. It is well. It is well. So I don't know. This story now is going to end in one of my points, but let's get right to it. So point one of how to break up properly. You will want break up with person. Emotionally come to terms with the fact that, oh, I want to break up with this person. Not I think, I know this is not working for me. This relationship is not going where I want it to go. Or even if it's God that has told you and you want to work in obedience, come to terms with what God is telling you emotionally. Like, God has told me this relationship has to end. Mourn it and accept it. Accept it before you go to this person to tell them, oh, I want to break up. You yourself have to accept it first. Like, so this relationship has to go away. It's no longer working for me. The Lord said it's no longer working. Or if it's not the Lord that is saying, it's just logic and everything that's telling you this person is not right for me. Fine. Come to terms with all the reasons why on your own. Then my second point that will now link to the story I just told you guys. My second point, um, let the atmosphere be right. I'm not saying light up. I'm not saying light up can do or prepare something special. No, it's a breakup. But don't break up with somebody a day to their exam or their writing exam. Don't break up with somebody they have a major interview ahead of them. You want to break up and it is boiling in your stomach. You cannot just wait one extra day that maybe the person has a ceremony, it's her sister's wedding ceremony, and then you break up with her a day before the ceremony. You want her to be crying at the event when they are saying vow. And it's not actually the romanticness of the vow that is making her cry. It's because you broke her heart. You can wait a while. Like, let the moment be right. This some people now will use this one as an excuse to now keep postponing. Your heart is no longer with somebody. You are postponing the breakup. That's not what I'm saying. Right moment means the person shouldn't have a big event ahead of them, either an exam, an interview, a major presentation at work that you know about. You can wait. Just calm down for a while. Either till the exam ends or till the event ends. Don't break up with oh my God. I heard someone broke up with someone on their birthday Haba. You know how some people can be birthday princesses or princes every year, and they do photo shoots. I'm not shading anybody. It is a beautiful thing, honestly. I wish I had that kind of energy to always be excited about my birthday. But you have somebody that is always excited about their birthday, and then you decide it is on their birthday you want to break up with them. That's bad. That's mean. That's mean. Very bad. Very undemure. Don't do that. So let me not overflog it. Let the moment be right. Plan it out in such a way that it's not going to ruin a big moment for the person. Shake. So then brings me to the place. Make sure it's a place where you both can have privacy, but it's not um I don't want to say too private, but it shouldn't be a very public place. You want to break up, you're going to a big restaurant where, or maybe not even big restaurant, but at least the space in the restaurant is not very private. There are cubicles and or table, and it's just spaced out. You can go to a restaurant that has more private sitting, or you can go to a park where you two can sit in a place that it will just be you. Or if I don't know, just make sure it's private. It's not public place. Too public there's going to be whatever their reaction will be will now be embarrassing to them. So the place, the moment, the time. Then for my long distance relationship people, you don't have to make somebody travel down to come and chop breakfast. I hear which you're a wizard, brother. Don't do that. Like if the babes or the guy say want travel consider and you know say your hearts don't already they walk towards breakup, just find a way to deter their mind from the journey till you can do it over the phone. If you're in the same vicinity, I don't see why you should break up over the phone. That's just over text. If you are not far away from each other, maybe you're in the same state, the same town, just 15, 30 minutes, 45 minutes away from each other, you can meet up somewhere or meet up and do the breakup in a polite way and stuff. If it's long distance, please do it over the phone. Don't let somebody travel down to come and chop breakfast. That's just not nice. Don't let someone travel down to come and chop breakfast. Do it either whichever one person is comfortable. You know your babe. You should know your guy too. Now phone call you go prefer. I been a video call. I been a text like chat. Do either of these three. It doesn't have to be physical. So next point I'll talk about is you should in the talk leading to the breakup. You must before then you must have told the mentor we need to talk. It's important so that the person doesn't think it's just a normal date. You're taking me out and stuff. We have to discuss. It is serious. We need to talk. So you said all of that prior. Then you can start up with appreciating the good parts of the relationship. Like, okay, I know we've had good times. You're a kind person, you're a beautiful person, you're a like that. I'm not saying you should now come and overdo it, yeah, it go come be like saying I new toasting when I break up. You won't give person breakfast, you call they do continental, you they do 5 star, Michelin star design of the plate. Necessary. Just be polite and be appreciative of the time you both have spent together without being excessive about it. Now breakfast no be 5 star restaurant dishing. Doesn't have to be fine dining. You get my point. You don't have to slam it on the plates, but you don't have to design it either. Just it has been a beautiful journey so far. You're a kind person. Yeah, like that. But all this being said leads me to my next point. Drop the bomb. Hmm? Just say it straightforward in very precise sentences. Don't use suggestive, like I think, I feel, it's like. Mm-mm. Don't use sentences that will suggest to the person that you are still thinking about it when you have already concluded in your mind that this is a breakup. We are breaking up. It's not suggestive. It's not, you're not suggesting it. It's a decision you have come to and you are now sharing that decision. So don't do I think, I feel. Just be plain, be straightforward. As much as this relationship has had some good part, there have been good moments. I just want to tell you, I've come to the decision that it's no longer working for me. You're a good person. Don't do that. It's not you, it's me. Mm-mm. It's not. Not be Tyler Berry movie. It's not you, it's me. No, unnecessary. Just straight to the point. It was a nice journey, but I can't do this anymore. And yeah, a good person, but this is not working. I feel we are not compatible. Um, I've come to the conclusion that and the decision that I no longer want to be in a relationship with you. And I'm sorry for how you must be feeling or how it must make you feel, but it is the decision I've made. Be precise, be affirmative. You don't have to be mean about it because this is somebody you claim to love, or you claim you must have loved this person at some point in this whole relationship. You guys were in love and stuff. So you don't have to be aggressive or try to hurt their feelings. Just be polite as possible. I can't do this anymore. It's not working for me. I'm sorry I hurt you, but this hurts me too. Yeah. Make them realize it's not as if me, I'll now go and start chilling. It's paining me too. I know it's not right for me anymore. This is not working for me anymore. It's hurtful to me that I have to do this, and I know I'm hurting your feelings, and I really apologize for that, but it is necessary for me to do this right now. Very straight to the point. You get no need to dance around the bush. Don't do fine dining, fine plating. Just serve it the way, serve the breakfast. Now to my next point. You're going to have to give this person reasons. You can't just come and tell somebody, I want to break up with you. I'm not doing it again. It's no longer working for me. Oh yeah, why is it no longer working for you? Because for closure's sake, you have to make sure this person has closure. So tell the person, you can even mentally list out the reasons. Or like I always say, journal it. Journaling is not a secondary school chatting. Even in psychology, if you go to therapy, the one that you pay to do, not this Kwajari really therapist I'm doing for people, the one you actually pay to do, there are sometimes your therapist to tell you you need to journal some things down so that you don't lose the train of thoughts and stuff. So mentally note it, or even if you had written it down at some point, mentally note and state to this person the reasons why you feel this relationship is no longer working for you. I'm sorry, but the reasons why I feel this is not working, we're always clashing on ideas like religion, we're always clashing on ideas like upbringing. I don't think the way you handle this, your finances and stuff will work for me later in the future. I just fell out of love with you. As harsh as that sounds, somebody needs to hear it so that they don't go blaming themselves for a breakup that was a mutual, as in fallout. Do you get? I just feel the vibe has changed. I feel we are no longer on the same level of compatibility we used to be. Think out the reasons why you want to end that relationship and share it with this person that is soon to be your ex. These are the reasons so that this person can have closure and they can heal properly too. Don't just do vague something. I'm sorry, I not do again. Bye bye. Why? Give the person a why. So after you've done that, you have to emotionally brace yourself for whatever the person's reaction is going to be. You have been with this person, you should be able to guess what their reaction will be. Will they get angry? Will they yell at you? Will they cry? Especially for the person you know is going to cry or is going to have a mental breakdown. You have to brace yourself for what this person's reaction is going to be so that you don't now say, oh, I'm sorry. I've heard people do that. I'm sorry, I did not mean it like that. Okay, let's just take a slight break. I will come back together, and after like 3 weeks, let's just take a 3 weeks break and come. Just because this person is crying or you see this person having a mental breakdown, and or brace yourself for whatever this person's reaction is going to be so that you can stand your ground on what you have decided on. You don't have to like now change your mind because this person is crying or this person is angry or this you get. So brace yourself for whatever their emotional reaction is going to be. You can you can offer comfort. That's not honestly. I feel breakup is not fight, it's not war, but it's possible to break up with somebody and it's mutual. You're not enemies. You're not against each other's progress. You're not fighting. It hurts, yes, but it's fine. You get. So you can still offer this person comfort. Like, I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, but this has to be done. It hurts me too, all of that. Don't do okay, let's go on a break. Let's take 3 weeks. I don't believe in that thing, honestly. If it's not working, it's not working. All that 3 weeks. Anyways, it might work for some people. I don't know. Maybe you have tested it and it works for you. Fine. So the next point, make sure it's a mutual breakup. Like let the person know this. It doesn't, like I said, doesn't have to be fight. It doesn't have to be war. Yeah, there'll be time in the process of healing where there might be anger, there might be resentment because everybody, if it's a relationship that was deep and you guys truly, truly had feelings for each other and all of that, but you just realize this thing is not going to work, you're going to grieve that relationship. You just lost something you really wanted to work. So there will be the grieving process. And I think for those that used to follow my writing, there was a time we spoke about the 7 stages of grief. And it's okay if at some point in the process of grieving, this person is angry or mad at you. Yes. But it shouldn't be the premise of the entire breakup. Like, it shouldn't be anger, violence. You get my point. So, all that being done, make sure it is mutual. That's what I said last. It should be mutual. There should be no bad blood. Let all the cards be on the table and let it be that you both understand the reason why this thing is ending. And let this person also know that this decision hurts you. It's not as if you just want to go straight and go and start gallivanting. And for those that are always quick to enter a new relationship after breakup, I know, see, most of the times, these things we say, it's not always the case. It's not always. There have been cases where people that were grieving a past relationship now found someone else within this a short period after that relationship ended. And this new person they found, the relationship now ended good. Yes, I know, but that's most of the time is 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Because when a relationship ends, you have to grieve, you have to process, you have to heal before you enter another one. So you are not using this new person as a rebound thing, as something you're just using like a paracetamol for current migraine. You get. So if you have done this kind of breakup and it didn't work or it ended, but like I said, it's just it's not always the case. It could be mostly the case that this will work for most people, but there will always be exemptions to the rule. Thank you for listening to me. Next week, I think I'm going to talk about the toxic aspect of breaking up when you have to break up with a toxic partner. So share my link with your friends, with your family. Don't be some of nasty you good thing. Money rant is not suya that you have to hide. You want to eat it alone. Don't eat it alone now. Share with your friends, share with your family. Let them know about Monday morning rant. So enjoy your Monday, enjoy your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.